Thursday, May 16th, 2024. And I haven't really recorded much this week because I just feel like the ladies on The View just keep rehashing the same discussion over and over again. They've all been talking over each other, and it's all just been kind of a mess all week. But I will I will weigh in quickly on the whole idea of the debates that Trump and Biden have agreed to. One at the end of June and one in early September, hosted by CNN and ABC News, respectively. Is that they missed some of the nuance of the whole situation. The day started with Biden saying that he would not participate in the presidential debate commission's slate of debates, primarily because they happen too late. They start after a bunch of states have already started their early voting, um, and and because there's an audience and it makes a spectacle, blah 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 blah. And that kind of got buried by then the subsequent announcement that, oh, here's these two debates that the two campaigns have agreed to. Um, that's just the two of them. That is, with no audience and where microphones get cut off at the end of their time limits. Um, which I think is great. Those are I think appropriate rules. They help make less of a spectacle and a circus out of the whole thing. Um, but just because the microphone gets turned off, it doesn't necessarily mean Donald Trump is going to stop talking. He can keep talking, right? It just won't be aired. Um, so he can still create just as much chaos. It's just we're not going to hear it. So I'm wondering how they're gonna handle that part of the debate. And if he whether even if he shows up, I mean, there's a probably higher than 50% chance he will bail on these debates anyway. Because with these rules, the not being able to just keep railroading his speech in and not having an audience are really disadvantages to Trump, and he's already a terrible debater. So I don't know why they agreed to these rules, but uh, I mean, without that sort of fuel of having the cheers and or jeers, it doesn't really matter as long as he's getting some feedback. I think that's going to be really hard for him. So it'll be interesting to see if they even happen. And who knows, in September he might even be on trial. Oh God, we need the Georgia case to happen before the election, because clearly the January 6th and documents cases are not going to make it in beforehand, which really fucking sucks. But doesn't mean those cases are dead. As long as he doesn't win in November, those cases will continue. So we can get him in jail eventually. um, so that, and then I don't know what Robert De Niro fucking said in his fucking tirades and how many fucking F bombs he dropped talking about Donald fucking Trump. But it was, I love it when he gets all angry about that. And it's like, hey, dude, you've got a bunch of little macho shithead, adult fanboys out there. You should keep saying that over and over again. Um, and, and hopefully, I don't know. They have such cognitive dissonance, though. They could just be like, he's just kidding. So I don't know if it'll really help or not, but I, 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 I would like to think he could maybe sway some people away from him. But today's topic, the hot topic of the top of the hour, was um, the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs, giving a speech at a Catholic university for graduation that included all sorts of misogyny, swipes at Biden, homophobia, um, just like, women belong in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant and fulfilling their destiny as housewives bullshit. Um, and it was interesting because Whoopi got on her high horse about he has the right to say what he wants to say. It just, and it was like, oh yeah, he does, and we have the right to criticize what he said. So she kept kind of poo-pooing every time the panel would be like, this is what I didn't agree with, and this is where I think he went wrong, and this is blah blah blah. And she's like, but he's got the right. Well, nobody's saying he can't say it. Um, and nobody at the table was saying he should be fired. The NFL says that was his deal. He doesn't represent the NFL or the NFL's views. The Kansas City Chiefs should probably put out a similar statement if they haven't already. Um, but I did see an interview with what's his name, the quarterback. I was like, I don't talk to that guy, which is terrible as a team leader, but kind of pretty fucking funny. Um, he also, I think this is where, of all the things that he was saying that are just fucked up, and Sarah Haynes went on a rant about as a Christian, blah 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 blah. You're not walking with Jesus. You're not walking with Jesus. You're not walking with Jesus. Fuck off. Um, she talked about his certain sect of Catholicism being kind of a cult. All religions are cults. Um, if they're dictating your behavior, right? If you don't have enough of a moral compass that you need some sort of entity and a sky daddy to tell you how to behave or what to wear, um, and the worst part of it all, who to vote for, fuck you. It's a cult. Anyway, I thought Joy was sort of on the right track about, he has mother issues and strong women issues. Um, and we've seen him in his football pants. There may be something he's trying to compensate for by being the master of his household. Um, you know, just throwing that out there. But the whole thing, yes, Whoopi, he can say whatever he wants. But when you stand up there and you use your religious beliefs to sort of back up a political speech, because it was so much anti-Biden stuff. Um, you're kind of going to get railroaded for it. However, he wrote that speech for a specific audience of the school. Um, and apparently, when his speech ended, he got a standing ovation from those students. So the audience that he wrote it for appreciated it. I don't know why, if your whole goal is to become a housewife, you need a college degree. But there's a lot of women that I have known who literally went to college to get their MRS degree, to find the guy. So, which is whatever. I mean, if that's your deal, but um, I mean, I would love to just be a full-time homemaker, but I can't afford that. Um, so anyway, I mean, I'm not knocking, uh, you know, someone who doesn't work outside the home at all, um, or doesn't have a paying gig outside the home, uh, and you know, I'm only have to take care of myself, but I enjoy all the parts of it. So anyway, I'm doing laundry right now. Well, laundry's getting done right now. We have machines that do a lot of this stuff. And if I didn't have dog toys everywhere, I would get a Roomba. But I feel like that would all just get messed up. Anyway, um, yeah, but his he's got issues, and I agree with Joy that he needs to go to therapy. But I would say that about um, you know most people who are that far down the rabbit hole of any kind of religion, where it's telling you to discriminate against other people. You've got a deep-seated problem somewhere in there that you're using an organization to justify your own hatred, and that just sucks. Um, so I'm not a big fan of organized religion. I believe that it is the cause of nearly every war we have ever had. Um, so and the idea that my sky daddy is better than your sky daddy, and that land that you're living on is more important to my mythical beliefs than your mythical beliefs. All of it seems so pointless. So understando. That's Thursday.